When asked a question about the Sabbath, this is what the Sunday keeping professor said. Let's listen.
So, Dr. Godfrey, you referenced the Christian Sabbath earlier. What is the most important things that Christians should understand about Sabbath?
Well, it's interesting to me as a church historian that almost all Protestants in America through the 17th, 18th, 19th, well into the 20th century, regarded Sunday as a Christian Sabbath. And then somewhere around the 1960s, there were many evangelical voices raised to say there really is no connection between Sunday and the fourth commandment of the Old Testament. And that becomes one of the critical theological issues. Is there or is there not a connection between the fourth commandment of the Ten Commandments and Sunday? Is Sunday an arbitrary day that the church has chosen to worship Christ? Would we be free in the new covenant to worship God on any day that was convenient to us? And although it will sound a little self-serving, I do have a teaching series for Ligonier on that subject, where I get into more details. The basic line that I would argue is, when it comes to the fourth commandment, the critical question is the Sabbath of the fourth commandment simply a mosaic institution in which one could well argue it has passed away with so much of the mosaic institutions for Israel? Or is it a creation institution, in which case, in some sense, it continues forever with creation? And my argument would be, one of the most important things we're taught in Genesis 1 and 2 is that God not only created in 6 days, but rested on the seventh day and blessed the Sabbath. For whom did God bless the Sabbath? Not for himself. He's blessed in all he does at all times. He blessed the Sabbath for us, so it's a creation institution. Is that the question you asked?
Why is Jesus called the Lamb of God?
This is what Professor Robert Godfrey had to say when asked a question about the Sabbath. In fact, this professor has been speaking about the Sabbath and also has been debunking the argument some Christians use against keeping the Sabbath. I have linked one of his Sabbath presentations in the description, so you can check it out after watching this video. The Sunday keeping Christians sometimes think that there is a connection between the fourth commandment and Sunday. But I want to say that there is no connection between the fourth commandment and Sunday, because the fourth commandment, as found in Exodus chapter 20, was referring to the seventh day Sabbath, or was referring to the seventh day of the week, but not the first day. The Bible makes it clear that the seventh day is the Sabbath, and through the Bible, we have seen that Saturday is the seventh day. So I will say there is no connection between the fourth commandment and Sunday. Now, concerning the previous video I made about this professor's honest presentation about the Sabbath, there were some people who wanted to know more about this professor. So Dr. Godfrey was a professor of church history at Westminster Theological Seminary in California, USA. He taught church history since 1981 and served as the seminary's third president from 1993 to 2017. He previously taught at Gordon Conwell Theological Seminary, Stanford University, and Westminster Theological Seminary in Philadelphia. This professor is more than 65 years old, and his understanding of the Sabbath is different from other Sunday-keeping Christians. But friends, I think he has not fully understood the doctrine of the Sabbath, because there are some statements sometimes he makes about the Sabbath that are not in line with the scriptures. When I say the Sabbath, I mean the seventh day Sabbath. So you can pray for him and ask God to help him understand the whole truth about the seventh-day Sabbath. I want to end today's video with this quote from the Bible, and it is found in John chapter 10, verse 16. It says, "And other sheep I have which are not in this fold. Them also I must bring, and they will hear my voice, and there will be one flock and one shepherd." This is all that I had to share with you today. I hope you had a very good day. But if things were so bad for you today, do not be discouraged, because you do not know what the Lord has in store for you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. My name is Brother Lawrence, and see you next time.